Hi everybody, this is a video overview of this knife, and this knife is the ZT0562, and this is the Hinderer 562. It's basically a 3.5 inch ZT that matches the 3.5 inch slicer grind Hinderer XM18. There's a lot of video overviews of this knife, but what I really wanted to do was sort of go through the knife and point out the ways in which I think it's better than a regular Hinderer. So I've had the 560, I've had 3 different cryos, I've had this knife, I have the 566 in for review as well. I've had the Hinderer XM18 3.5 inch and the Hinderer XM18 3 inch. And so I think, you know, over the years I've had plenty of experience with Hinderer designs, and I can honestly say that this knife, the 562, is better than the Hinderer XM18 3.5 inch. I like the 3 inch version better than this because the XM18 because it's just more pocketable. But if this knife was made in a 3 inch version and had every feature the same, I'd still like this knife better. And you know that there are 2 versions of this knife. There's this one, which runs LMAX and G10, and then there's the carbon fiber version, which is M390 steel. And so just taking this model, not the higher end model, and comparing it, usually Hinderer runs at S35VN or 20CV. If he's running 20CV, it's a little bit better probably than LMAX, but not a substantial amount. The difference between 20CV and LMAX, which 20CV is really sort of M390 by a different maker, is kind of insignificant. So let's call the steel a draw. I like the grip pattern here on the 562 better. I like the deep carry clip better. I like the tolerances on the lock bar. It's much tighter here than it is on an XM18, on either XM18. I do like the handle on the XM18 better. This double finger scallop, while it is comfortable in this grip, in a forward grip, is not very useful in this grip. Like when you use a reverse grip or an ice pick grip, it just doesn't work because it's really made for your two main fingers, but when it's covering your pinky and this finger, it doesn't, the spacing is not right, which is another reason why these finger scallops, they always suck. So manufacturers should not use them, but they do because they feel ergonomic for about 2 seconds until you have to actually use the thing, and then you realize it's just crazy. But here's the big difference. The big difference between this knife and the 3.5 inch Hinderer, and in fact all the Hinderers that I've handled, all the actual XM18s, is this. The flipping action on this knife is so much better than the flipping action on any Hinderer that I've had. I'm sure that you can go and get like one out of, you know, a dozen that hit XM18s that's really good, or you could tweak it to make it really good, or you could mod it to make it really good. But XM18s just stink in terms of flipping. They're not good flippers. And this knife is a fantastic, fantastic, effortless flipper. So, I really like this knife. I probably would never need a knife this big. This is a beefy knife. Big thick blade, big thick handles, but it is a great knife. It is every bit the equal of an XM18. Now that the XM18s have come down in price, you have a real choice here. I mean, if you get the carbon fiber M390 version or you get the XM18, you're talking about knives that are really straight up peers of each other. You know, the idea that a Hinderer XM18 is a custom knife is sort of laughable. You know, they haven't been custom made in 5 years, but now that they're putting them out in really gigantic quantities, and you can get them on the secondary market for, you know, $50 more than they come direct from Rick. You know, you see them on USN and Blade Forum for $4.50 every day of the week. I think it's clear that once that sort of false exclusivity falls away, that this is a great knife, and I really think that it's not much of a question that this is a better knife than the 3.5 inch. If they made this knife in a 3 inch, ooh, that would be really, really good. So this is sort of a video overview of the ZT0562.